Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a Q&A. I asked you guys on Twitter and Instagram to send me some questions. I did this a while back and I never got a chance to film it, so I'm filming it today. I did also film 3 other videos today, so I'm gonna look the same in all of them, and so I'm gonna have like probably 4 consecutive videos with the same thumbnail, or maybe I can film something else and like squeeze it in there so my channel doesn't look like it's all the same thing. But anyways, today you guys are gonna ask me the questions that you most wanted to know. Okay, so the first question says, what do you do out of YouTube? Okay, so out of YouTube, my real life job is I'm a court reporter. So I'm not like a court reporter that goes and sits during court and types down everything everybody says, but I go to attorneys' offices, and when they depose somebody and it's like interview them, like as in a deposition, I record the deposition and I transcribe the whole thing word for word, and then I file it with the courthouse and then send them copies. That's what I do in my real life. It's an extremely boring job. That's why I love makeup, because it helps me to be creative and keeps me from going insane. What's your favorite color? Rainbow, white, glitter. That would be my 3 favorite colors. What's the craziest thing that happened to you at work? Well, I can't really give specifics about specific instances with my job because it's, confidential. But I will just say that there have been instances where I've done divorce depositions and the couples are mad at each other and they've hacked each other's social medias, and so they've got all of the proof and all the receipts of their significant other cheating on them, including explicit photos, and I have to take those and make copies of them for the court to attach to the deposition. So yeah, it's a little awkward coming home to Charles with a picture of somebody else's junk in like my laptop bag. What made you get into makeup? I got into makeup, I don't know, I've loved it my whole life. I was always the girl that did all of my friends' makeup for prom and everything like that, so I don't know, I just always really liked it. What's your fave all-time makeup product? I will say that it would have to be a brow product, only because we all know that I have sparse brows, and without brow products, like, I would be nothing. My channel would be nothing. That's the only way that I've like grown is from that. So I'm the most grateful for brow products. Marcus said, will you show everyone the pictures of the thief you had to chase down from stealing from your property? The world needs to see why I've been laughing the last hour. I don't want to humiliate someone like that, but it is hilarious because my husband and I bought this piece of property that has like a very rundown cinema and like a rundown, scary looking water park on it. And we have had a lot of trouble with people breaking in and destroying everything. And so it's like 25 minutes from our house. And I was up there one day and I saw a vehicle parked there. And I knew that somebody must have been in there stealing. So I called the cops, and the cop went in and looked. But the place is like humongous. And he couldn't find anybody. So he told me to call a tow truck to have that vehicle towed out, and I did. The cop left to go get some gas. While he was gone, when the tow truck company pulled up, the guy ran out because he didn't want his vehicle getting towed, and he was like very scary looking, and he was like cussing me out through the window. I was like terrified. So I called the cop back, and he was like, well, which way is he going? Because he was like leaving the parking lot, and he's like, which way is he going? So I had to literally like run after this guy and follow him in my vehicle to like figure out which way the guy was going so the cop could catch him. But the cop ended up catching him. He went to jail. And yeah, it was kind of scary, but afterwards, looking back, it was kind of like a little bit hilarious that I had to chase down this guy that was stealing from our property. And so Marcus thought that was like hilarious, ha ha ha, and asked me that question. Aaliyah asked me, why do you hate Coca-Cola so deeply? Well, because it's like battery acid that people can literally clean their toilets with. It's disgusting. I am a die-hard Pepsi fan, and if you don't like Pepsi, then we can still be friends because me and Aaliyah are still friends, but it's definitely a challenge sometimes because when she talks about Coke, I want to strangle her. If you could sum up your top 3 favorite memories from 2009, which ones would they be? Oh my God. How do I even answer that? I would have to say one of them would be making the ABH PR list because like that was like something I never even dreamed would happen for me. And then I would say like all the PR lists that I've made since then, but that one is like the most special to me because it was the first huge brand that recognized me like that. I think another memorable moment, and I'm keeping this exclusive to the beauty community, was going to Tampa and being on HSN with Dermablend, which is the home shopping network, with Dermablend Pro. I did that twice last year, and I love Dermablend, and I got to, like, the second time I went, I got to meet the president, Melina, and she's like the nicest, sweetest human ever. And then I would say the last memory is, it's not like a specific memory, but it's like a collective, like one of my favorite things that happened last year was all of the friends that I made, especially through the listserv. Tons and tons of group chats were made, and I made so many new friends. I already have like a core group of friends that I've been friends with since like day one, and I'm still friends with them, but I gained more friends throughout that process and throughout the year, and I'm just so like eternally grateful for them because it's really nice to have people in your corner, people that support you, that understand what you go through, that understand the ins and outs of this business and everything that you have to endure to even remain in it, and all the crap we go through and how certain brands treat us and stuff like that. Like normal everyday friends, they cannot ever understand that, or they cannot even understand how much work goes into all of this. So it's nice having friends that you can talk to about this stuff, that understand everything, that lift you up, and you guys encourage each other and bring positivity to each other's lives. Like, that is most definitely one of my favorite things that came out of 2019. What are some of your hobbies outside of makeup? I would definitely say, is going to the movies a hobby? Because that's what I like to do. I like to go to the movies, and I like to go to restaurants, and I love to watch TV shows, and I love to binge watch, and I like to watch new movies and stuff. That's like, I'm a little nerdy. That's the kind of things that I like to do. What's your favorite platform? I have 2. I would say Twitter and YouTube. Everybody knows I hate Instagram. Instagram sucks. I've had the worst luck on there. Everybody does. It treats us horribly. I hate Instagram, but unfortunately we all still post on there because we don't really have a choice. Twitter I love because I've grown such a close family on there, and that's where the beauty community lives and thrives. Like, we all communicate on there. Like, we don't ever hardly spend time on Instagram. It's Twitter, and I just love that because I just feel like that's like my home, my family. And then I love YouTube because this is one of the hardest platforms to grow on, and to like even reach 10,000 subscribers has been monumental to me. It's meant so much to me, and I'm more proud of my growth on this platform than any others because of how hard it is to grow on here. Okay, Aaliyah asked me, Baby Yoda or Tony Stark? Listen, she's doing this on purpose because she did a Q&A, and I tried to make her choose between the Dolan twins and Harry Styles, okay? And she did not choose, so guess what, Aaliyah? I am not choosing either. Do you find purpose in toe socks? No. What is the meaning of life? I don't know, but if anybody figures it out, please give me a clue. If you won the lottery, who is the first person you tell? My husband. What is your biggest pet peeve? When somebody doesn't put the toilet lid down before they flush. Not the seat, the lid. I want it all down because when you flush the toilet, all those germs get everywhere, and my toothbrush is in the bathroom, and that is something that is extremely important to me. If anybody like house sits or is at our house, like, I will lie and tell them to put the lid down because the dogs will jump in there or something, and that's totally not the truth. I just don't want them to realize how weird I am, but I hate that. And then also, not to like drag Charles. He's gonna get so mad about this, but he always turns the Windex bottles and stuff. He always turns the nozzle to off. So when I go to grab it, like I'm ready to spray it and it won't come out because he's turned it off, which I know is like probably the right thing to do. But it annoys me because it's like, what does it matter if it's like on or not under the sink? Like nothing's gonna happen to it. Like let it just like stay on spray so that when I grab it out, like I can use it, and like my life is so much easier and it's like a whole second faster. Dion says, "Who's your favorite chocolate beauty boy? Answer wisely." Dion, now you know it's you. You know I love you. I met Dion at the ABH Halloween party, and he is so fun and so funny and like just so nice, and I just adore him. But I have a lot of favorites. I love Marcus, Kareem, like, you know, there's just I don't want to I'm afraid to name names because I'm afraid I'll leave people out, but yeah, I have a lot of favorite chocolate beauty boys. Do you plan on doing collabs soon? I am not good with collabs. I feel like I really suck at them. I feel anxiety and all this pressure when I agree to do a collab with somebody that's asked me. And I feel like I don't know if I've ever liked a look I did for a collab. I don't know. I'm like one of these people that when I sit down to create, I don't have an idea what I'm going to create. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have like a preconceived idea. I just sit down and I just start dipping in, like wherever my hand leads me, wherever my brush leads me, that's where I go. Most of the time when I do have an idea of what I'm going to do, I come out looking the complete opposite of that. So when you do collabs, there's usually like a specific theme or something, and I like get really stressed out, and I'm always like, why did I agree to do this? Because I feel so much pressure that I end up really not liking what I do because I need to just like chill out. I would love to be able to do collabs and not feel that way, but I don't know. Would you ever consider mentoring? I mean, I would, but I don't know why anybody would want me to mentor them. I don't know what I have to offer. I don't know if I have anything to offer. I don't feel like I'm that special. I don't even feel like I still feel like a nobody. Like, I don't know why anybody would want me to mentor them. Cream or powder contour? Both. Do you have any tattoos? And if you do, why did you get them? I do not. I do not have any tattoos at all because I was always terrified of regretting it or not liking it later or whatever. And there was only one time in my life, my best friend growing up, Ashley, she got a tramp stamp. And I came so close to getting one. Like, I wanted one so bad because my favorite one that I had seen was in the Justin Timberlake Cry Me a River video. And the girl that was like, he was supposedly cheating on Britney with, like in the video, you know, she had a tramp stamp. And I was like, ooh, I want that. And I almost did it, but I chickened out. And I'm glad I did. My thing was that I got like a few piercings because like I knew that those could like be hidden better or like grow back up or whatever. It just didn't seem as permanent to me as a tattoo did. Hardest part about being in the makeup community, oh my Lord Jesus. I would say the negativity, the drama. There is a lot of it, but if you pay attention, it's a lot of times it's like the same people, and it gets very draining. And I feel like those few people that are always causing the drama, they are the ones that give the beauty community a bad name, but the majority of everybody stays out of everything. We all have opinions and stuff, but it's how you express those opinions. And I have expressed my opinions before, but I try to now just stay out of everything. I try not to get involved in anything because oftentimes I feel like we don't know the true story or the full story or whatever. Like, if you want to weigh in on another influencer's drama, you don't know what happens behind the scenes. Like, you don't really know who's telling the truth and who's not. And I just find that it's like better to not even get involved in that, to not even voice an opinion about it. And then also, like with some brands, like, I mean, yeah, some brands do some things that you're like, okay, yeah, I can't support that, I can't. And it's like very black and white, like you know that that's the truth. But there's some things that it's like, well, we don't know what happened. Like, why is this product coming out late? Or they're pushing all this stuff out at the same time. And it's like, well, things got backed up on the back end or like got delayed. And so now they had to push everything. Like, we don't know what happens with all of that stuff. So I just try to stay out of all of it, to be honest. What is the best advice for people going after their dreams? I would say just do it. I live in this little small town in Kentucky, and honestly, I was terrified to post my first YouTube video. This was what I wanted to do. I had been posting pictures to Instagram, and I would get embarrassed there too. But it was very, very scary to post my first YouTube video because when you first post, nobody knows you except for the locals. So the people that are watching it and judging you are the locals, and the locals are scary. So I was really scared of it. It's also like, oh my God, you're from Kentucky. You're like, you're not 20 anymore. You're not skinny. You don't look like an Instagram model. Like, what are you doing even trying to do this? Like, it was hard for me to do that, but I did it. And I don't know, I loved it, so I kept doing it. I've been doing it for over 2 years now, and I would not take it back. So my advice would be push through your fears and don't worry about what anybody else is going to say or think. I have gotten hate comments. The brow tutorial that went viral, you would not believe some of the comments that I get on that. Like, horrible, horrible things telling me that I should like kill myself because I'm fat and ugly and disgusting and all this stuff. There is a feature on YouTube where you can filter your comments, and so any kind of like bad things that people say, YouTube holds them back for reviews for you to review them. And I've went back there and looked at those comments twice, and I will never look at those again because they were terrible and they just make your mental health not good. I would advise, if YouTube is your dream, to make sure you have that feature turned on so that it filters out the bad comments for you, but don't ever go look at them. Don't ever go look at them. You have to be a very strong person to look at the kind of disgusting things that people say online behind their computers. So yeah, I would just say jump in, do it. Don't worry what people say. Don't worry about what people could potentially say. Don't worry about people judging you. If you love it, then do it. I do not regret starting YouTube at all. I'm very thankful and grateful for the platform that I have today and for the growth that we've experienced here and for the friendships that I've made through this and for the relationship that I have with my subscribers. I'm grateful for all of it. So it's really an amazing thing when you follow your dreams. But the one thing that I want to say, especially if you want to join the beauty community or you want this to be your thing, it's very rare that you get into this community and just go viral and become a huge sensation, like a huge hit. It takes a lot of work. If you're not willing to come in and do this for nothing with no expectations of PR, of sponsorships, of brands noticing you for years, then you'll be okay. Like, it takes real commitment to do this because, I mean, I've been doing this, just YouTube itself I've been doing for 2 years. February 3rd made 2 years. And just this past year, I've only been getting noticed by brands. I've had very few sponsorships. I've had like 2. The only income I make from this is the monetization from my YouTube channel. And that is not very much. Some months I don't make anything from it. Some months I make like $100. There's been a couple of months that I've made like $300, but that's it. Like, you have to have a significant amount of views on YouTube to make any kind of money. And the only reason I have made any money is because that one brow tutorial has like over 650,000 views on it. This is a profession that has very little reward and very little recognition. Once you start getting it, then it's great. It's wonderful. But it takes a really long time to get there. Like I said, I posted to Instagram for like 2 or 3 years before I even started YouTube, and never got anywhere, never even had anybody notice me, nothing. So you have to really want it, and you have to be really consistent. But I think that would be the case in any industry that you go into. You have to really want it, and you have to work hard, and it's the same in the beauty community. What is your favorite Avengers movie? Oh god, of course it's gonna be Infinity War Endgame. I've watched every Marvel movie, okay? I'm not like somebody that just watched those 2 movies and became a fan. No, I'm like a super nerd. I think that I liked Infinity War better than Endgame, but it's such a tough choice, but it would definitely be those 2. And finally, how does it feel to be so beautiful and so talented? That came from Coral. I love her. She is so nice, and ma'am, you are mistaken. Thank you for calling me beautiful and talented. That's very nice, but I don't feel that. Okay, Zoe says, how did you meet Charles? Met Charles through a mutual friend, and then I never saw him again for another year, and he messaged me and told me happy birthday on my birthday in 2012, I think, and we just became friends. We hit it off over TV shows. Honestly, we were both watching True Blood at the time, and that sparked a conversation, and we realized that we had so much in common. We had so many common interests, and we liked to watch the same shows. We liked the same movies. We liked, he's a nerd too, and we just hit it off, and the rest was history. Favorite vacation? I know Charles would say Disney. I know that's like his favorite. That was not my favorite. I liked it, but it was not my favorite. I think my favorite vacation was probably our honeymoon. We got married at the Biltmore in North Carolina. It reminded me of Downton Abbey, and I love that TV show. So that's where we got married. I loved it there. I love Asheville. It was so nice. And then after we got married, we went straight to Tybee Island. And then we went to Savannah. Tybee Island and Savannah, Georgia, they're like right, next to each other. So that was like our honeymoon. That we did those 3 places, and I really enjoyed everything about that trip, except for the day that we went to the beach and got literally blistered so bad. We did not have a good sunscreen. It didn't hold up, and it was like blisters on blisters on blisters, and we paid for that. That is why I have melasma on my forehead, just so you know. Who is your favorite person that starts with a Z and ends with an OE? Zoe! Duh. What is one thing we don't know about you and we would be surprised about? I don't know. I feel like I'm a very boring person. I do makeup and YouTube, and Lord knows the court reporting is nothing to entertain you all with. And I play with my dogs, and I spend time with my husband, and that's like it. I'm extremely boring. You probably won't want to be friends with me in real life. What is one non-makeup thing you can't live without? Like an Amazon find or something like that. Well, obviously I can't live without my dogs. I know that's not like an Amazon find or whatever, but my little Loki and my little Thor, I could not function without them. If I go to the mailbox, I miss them. If I go to the grocery store, I can't wait to get home to like be with my dogs again. I love them with everything in me. Okay, I think that's pretty much all the questions that I got. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted questions to ask me to be able to film this. Hope you guys got a little bit better insight as to who I am. And I really thought it was important to do this, especially after 10,000 subscribers, because I wanted you guys to know more about me and who I am, and so we can like get to know each other more. So if you guys have questions, other questions that you want to ask me, then ask me in the comments and I will reply to you and let you know the answers. I love you guys so much, and I'm really excited for what we have in store. Trying really hard to upload more to my channel. I would really love to be able to upload 5 days a week. I don't know how possible that is, but I'm really going to try. And most definitely I'm going to do 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But I'm going to start a new series on my channel called Blend Zen. It's just going to be where I do my makeup, but I don't talk at all. Like, there's not going to be an intro, nothing. You're just going to watch me do my makeup with some soothing music playing. I feel like I do a lot of looks for Instagram that I don't do for YouTube because editing and everything and filming takes so long. But if I can just do my makeup and let you guys watch it and not have to edit me talking, because it takes me 10 minutes to get out a sentence sometimes, and I say and like a lot and it drives me nuts, then I feel like I can get more videos out to you guys. And I hope that you'll like that series so that I can continue to post more videos for you guys. But anyways, yeah, I'm really excited to see what we do this year. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to me and for sticking by me. And I love you. I will see you in the next one.